Hey y'all, what it do? Alright, y'all see what's on the screen. Y'all know all my boos and poos know we rock with 2. So let's get into this. This is Shannon Harris is looking more involved in NaZiyah Harris. Let's get into it.
Family, what it do? It's your girl too. I am back with another video. Shout out to y'all, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for coming back in. Thank you so much for all of the support. This is a subscriber request. Women who date monsters. Why Shannon Harris may be blamed for NaZiyah. I already know she to blame, but we can get into it. Let's get into it. Let's see.
Y'all was asleep.
She's easy to hate. She's easy to hate. Slob, unfit, ugly. These are the things that I've heard about Shannon Harris. And because of that, I'm going to tell you why I believe that the defense is going to try to switch this on her. Whether or not you believe she's responsible in NaZiyah Harris going missing, that won't matter whether she did it or not when come court time, I believe. I believe, based off of what I'm saying right now, that at some point this is going to switch around on her. I want to show you really quickly what I'm saying and how they're already talking about this woman. This particular post goes into detail. It says her body's still not found. It's change.org. And they go into a lot of detail. They talk about the multiple times he has been involved in SAing. It places Annette, which is her mother, Annette Harris, and Shannon Harris. Yeah, they definitely lied up under oath. Lied about clothes, definitely. Waited 24 hours, hell yeah. Lied to say she didn't have multiple phones. Hell yeah, they tried to say she ain't having both. No, she supposed to have one phone, but she had multiples. Yeah, I agree with this assessment. Let's keep going. And a picture together, and they're saying these are the things that happened. Lied under oath. Lied about her 2-3 weeks after she had gone missing. Lied saying she didn't have any multiple phones. We know I'm ready to put all these hoes in a pile. Multiple phones. And stump the shit out of them. Jarvis wasn't allowed in the house. He absolutely was allowed in the house. And that's why they believe both of them are responsible.
I had to cut it off for a second. I'm dead serious. I had to cut it off for a second because I'm having a moment. Because I'm going to tell y'all, why do I feel like this lady, actually both of them, honestly. But why do I feel like she was jealous of this baby? Instead of protecting her, why do I feel like this little wench was jealous a little bit? That's what my spirit is really telling me. Like, seriously. I just go into, I'm sorry.
But this is still not why I believe they're going to flip it on Shannon. I'm going to show you. Lied about what clothes she was wearing once she was missing. And then waited for 24 hours to report her missing, not to Detroit police, but to the school security. So almost like doing everything they can but dealing with the police. And so these are the things that this particular person believes that she should be charged for. Or that they both could be possibly charged for. Child endangerment, obstruction of justice, failure to report, accessory, conspiracy, manslaughter, perjury, abuse of the sea. Because there are people saying that allegedly that Shannon was involved in the disappearance. Again, this is just alleged. Again, this is not why I believe that at some point Ann sat right down the stand and tried to act like she wasn't pregnant. Y'all was acting like y'all was oblivious to the pregnancy. When in fact y'all knew.
What they say?
You dig what I'm saying? Because that would have been a very, very good thing to put on the missing posting flyer. You feel what I mean? It might have made people go a little faster. The fuck? You know, it's so much stuff that need to be charged with. And I hope to God that none of us, even after this conviction, we get off their neck. Because the next people that need to be crucified is them. I'm sorry. We can't just stop at Jarvis. Because here's the thing. Jarvis is a monster, right? But society already knew he was a monster. Okay? They already knew this nigga was a monster. These motherfuckers opened the door to a monster. You dig what I mean? So y'all gotta be y'all are just as responsible. The fuck? Despite all of this is why I believe, this is still not why I believe at this point they're going to do it. It's the comments. It's the way people are thinking about it. Listen how they talk about her. I'm not understanding why they haven't been charged. That's a pretty good comment. this entire case haunts me. What happened to law cutting off the essay Boyd's parts? They go real dangerous right there. Wait a minute, this ain't even no more. They ain't the main one. Let me show you the main one right here. This particular video right here is of Shannon Harris going live. Look at the comments. What's done in the dark will come to the light. I hate her with double signs. We gotta be careful sometimes with YouTube based on what you say. So if you see me, just know. Look at the comments and you'll see. Slob. Let that man do that to her niece. Am I tripping or she's watching one of the NaZiyah videos? These are the comments. Mug, talking about her looks. Things that on the surface should not even be a situation. But this is why I believe that at some point they're going to switch this around on her. Y'all, it's not about whether or not she was involved. It's about public perception.
Facts.
People who say it's not, they lie. First of all, my name is T Styles. I have spent over 20 years writing psychologically based characters, anti-hero. I go into character stories from when they were little up until they become full-blown monsters.
Y'all, I want y'all to comment down below and tell me if y'all agree with Miss T Styles. I do know law is not what you know or what you see, but what you can prove. We can know somebody did it. We even could see somebody did or did not do something. But if we can't prove it, then you have nothing when it comes to the court of law. But you know, comment down below. Let's chat. Tell me what you think.
One of my books, my most popular book, Silence of the Nine, the man literally told his family to breed amongst themselves.
I'm gonna check her out because I need me a good book. Okay,
the one over here is basically about a little girl who was raised in this type of environment around PDF files and then became up to be the most horrible mother. So I tried to write stories so you can see that monsters are community made. They are not born. So again, right now it appears that Jarvis is the one who's on trial. But is he? Look, Shannon, you made Jarvis get rid of her. You helped. Look, he is in this photo. Yeah.
And you know what? She makes a very, very valid point. And let me explain what she's saying. The defense now, what you got to understand, you only need one jury to provide reasonable doubt, right? And if a lot of people think that she's responsible, and I know it's fucked up, but what this lady is saying is soul and money. Public perception is everything. Who's the public? The jury. So sometimes or whatever, if the defense start to paint a picture so just terrible about Shannon, it could pose reasonable doubt. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, saying that Jarvis might have been the one to do it. So we got to be very careful with that. And I think that's why a lot of the police didn't want her to be touched when Mark and Roxy went over there, because you do not want any doubt to be casted. And it could be. Because I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of us is side-eyeing Shannon. Right. It is up in the arms. Like, did Jarvis do it or did Shannon do it? It is that right now. So when you think about us feeling this way, you got to understand a jury with a heart will feel the same fucking way. So I'm praying to God that these prosecutors got the defense or got some evidence that we just ain't seen yet. Because you don't want that type of doubt to be casted. And that's just all I can say about that type of shit, because you got to check it. You really got to be careful about that shit.
They're talking more about her. Granted, she's responsible. She has some responsibility. Number one, we should not have had him around. That goes for her and Annette.
Right. He could get less time.
You shouldn't even have had children with him, although it is believed that she was very young. I believe around 19 when he came in.
And what makes this also very, very terrible, because as we know right now, NaZiyah's body has not been found.
Right.
So even though they might have evidence to feel like she is deceased, it still will cast another doubt in the juror's mind. Well, what if she's still alive? Right. That alone sometimes will make this motherfucker get off. You dig? And I will be honest, by Shannon not talking and where the Shannon's acting, it makes me feel like she conspired. But see, here's the thing, you got to pay attention also to the charges that they giving, or that they giving Jarvis. premeditated. You have to show without a shadow of a doubt that he planned the execution and the unalignment of NaZiyah. Do y'all have that proof? That's what my heart is. I'm praying to God that you have that. You dig what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't understand, Shawty. You got to understand the law. Right. To really understand why monsters like Jarvis can get off. He can definitely get off. And that's the sad part, because no matter what nobody say, Shawty, like, Shannon is a guilty. She looks guiltier than him when you looking at it. So this is some scary shit that's going on, y'all.
And found her. So she's responsible, but more responsible than him? That's the thing. I just saw a clip tonight of somebody asking Shannon why she said NaZiyah was out looking for, I can't even say that, honey. They're going to get my things. You can hear the lies and what Shannon is saying. Which friend Shannon, you lying? Like, she is a monster in this story to hear people tell it. In this particular case, I'm sure, or clip rather, some people who knew the family came and questioned her and her sister, and she got very, defensive, whether she was innocent or not. Okay. I had a bunch of people come in your house with the camera on. I can see why it would be all kinds of things. But the public perception is that it's her. So if I'm the defense, and I believe there's a possibility that he will get a high-profile lawyer, all you do is shift it to her. Because people don't like her. Why? Number one, she was one that, I don't like babies and everything. She was one of...
Ooh, honey. This damn video irks my existence right now. I'm sorry I posed that because that irks my existence. And everybody knows Shannon. We know why we can't stand Shannon. We know why the world can't stand her. Blank, blank, blank. You get where I'm going? This is,
the reasons why he was around. Two, she knew. It is reported that she was fully aware that he was on papers.
No, but see, that's Annette, brother. And that's a bed. So her mama's still responsible. This video pisses me off that's in the background, y'all. It pisses me off. But I just wanted to say one more thing, too. That was the reason why George Zimmerman got off. See, sometimes prosecutors prosecute for the wrong shit. You know what I mean? They tried to go after premeditated. And you really couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they try to go after a charge, they get niggas obliviated. It should have never been first degree with Trayvon. You know what I'm saying? Because we can never say what happened when there was no cameras around. We know, but we couldn't prove it. So being that they did that, he was able to get off because they couldn't say that he woke up that morning and set off to do it. So that changes it. That's why you have to give different, you got to do different charges. Manslaughter and stuff like this, because you got to say something might have happened that led to this murder. See, sometimes I don't like how people charge folks because they get their ass off scot-free. You feel me? And it's crazy.
Still had him around.
Now you can't try him again.
3, she appears as a weak person. Why you want to be around him? Why you want a man that bad that you had him around the kids? People consider that weak. A lot of people are right about that. And so, of course, she is looking back.
He did follow Trayvon when he was walking away. But see, here's the thing. You have to go with what you can prove. We knew that he followed him even when the police said, don't follow him no more. You know what I'm saying? But a tussle happened. They ensued. They pretty much, they met. Right. First degree still shouldn't have been on a repertoire because he didn't get up that morning and say, I'm going to kill me a nigga today. We can't say that he did that. So that's why the charges came back and bit us in his ass. It should have really been a second degree. You know what I mean? Or whatever. He would at least had time. But they was trying to go after the big tuna that they didn't get justice at all. You see what I'm saying? And the law is fucked up like that. Right. A lot of people ask, man, why, if the rapist, man, if he did this a couple of times, why the fuck he out? Because of the law. And how people prosecute shit. That's how.
Bad in the public eye. But this is one of the biggest things that people are not thinking. I want to go through this real quick. There's another reason why I am 100% sure that I am 100%. I'll say a good hefty percent sure that they're going to try and shift it towards her. I'm going to keep it for a second. Look at this comment. Does anyone know if the big back auntie has in Facebook? I have a few words I want to get off my chest. At this point, they're not even talking.
Yeah, they don't really care about Shannon. And I don't either. And what I'm not understanding is, all right, hear me out. You don't gotta like a lot of people, but it seems to me that you love your sister, your twin, Marquita. Right. Let's start here, right?
So Shannon loves Marquita.
So if you don't love nobody like you love Jarvis and Marquita, here we go.
Right, because he touched Marquita, baby.
Your sister's daughter, your niece,
Your sick son of a...
came to you and said, hey, this nigga touched me. When I see your other niece, NaZiyah, unalive by a man who you gotta know could be involved because he told you from the beginning. And now you have a sister that has a daughter who's also, in fact, saying these same things. It's those things that makes me feel like she was involved. Because at this point, for you to still be putting money on his books, still accepting calls from him.
Let me stop right there, y'all. Sorry. You know, I agree with you. And then if you go a step further, you know, they try to bring up the fact that, you know, he did get her at a young age, supposedly, the aunt. And he had been messing with her as a, I guess, young, but still, that's still no excuse. You know, I heard something, I can't remember. I'll put that up eventually. I have to look and find it again. But they were basically, whoever was talking about it was saying that, well, you know, some of Aunt Shannon's excuse was that she had been touched, this, that, and the other. Her mom had been this, that, and the other. You know, but I totally disagree. You know, there is no... she was a child. She's a baby. She's a child. That's all I can say. She's a child. And the fact that they didn't care enough to protect, or she cares more about the man, is ridiculous.
It makes me say, what the fuck do he have on you? Exactly. To where you're still doing all of these things after everything that you know. You're not able to leave your house. You can't go to work because you're saying they threaten you. You go out in the streets, they calling everybody in your family burger bitches. So it says to me, if I'm a woman, right?
They ran up on grandma through burger.
And two people that I'm supposed to love has come to me and said that this man that I'm involved with has hurt them. Okay. I'm not understanding what the fuck would keep you there. Because here's the thing. If this man will hurt your twin's daughter, he gives no fucks about you. So at this point, I wouldn't give a damn if he is all 5 of my kids' father. Why are you still doing things? And that question, I always come back to that. Because by now, you would have thought that she would not even want the aggravation of dealing with all of the stuff that she's dealing with. You feel me? So why are you still doing these things to keep...
Yeah. And I agree with you. So we all know, you can kind of sense that something is truly going on there. There's a reason that she is and she is Aunt Shannon. There's a reason why Shannon is still communicating. We all know she's sick. You can tell she's sick. I don't. You know what? It's hard to talk about this case because what pisses me off, quite frankly, is the fact that they had no remorse until this day. You yet to see them cry. You hear what I'm saying? You yet to see some true passion about that baby. That bothers me. So I just want to thank y'all for tuning in. I want to thank y'all for watching Toot with us, Toot Uncensored. If y'all haven't subscribed, please go subscribe. I love Toot. Thank you. It was fun. It was fun. You were great company. And remember, if nobody told you today, I love you. If nobody's told you today, you've got this. If nobody's told you today, you handsome, you beautiful. You gonna make it through whatever you may or may not be going through. You gonna make it. Regardless, you gonna make it. We gonna all make it together, and we gonna keep who? God first. Peace. Pam's Perspective.